Breakfast Show is what you're watching on not just another channel, Camnet TV. My name is Precious Mzea Sakaleji. I'm your host, and joining me on set this morning is Michael Chota, and we'll just be highlighting a few things that actually made our week, not forgetting the fact that we were actually casting our votes on the 12th of August 2021, and we have got the president-elect, which is Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, who scooped the presidential seat from the United Party for National Development, UPND party. So now we'll also have guests coming through on set just to highlight more on different topics. And what we're asking you, our guests today, is what are your expectations from the new government? Okay, what are your expectations from the new government? You can come through on the number 0968675273 or get to our Facebook platform, comment, and we will get talking. Now, getting into it. Hi, Michael.
Good morning, Precious.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. I was very hungry when I woke up.
Yeah.
Very hungry, so I had to make a quick meal. So my body's still trying to digest what I was from eating.
What were you having for?
I had a wrap.
A wrap.
It had some potatoes, some chicken, carrots, some cheese, and yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't even have breakfast. I just got out and just went out.
How are your mornings? What time do you have your breakfast?
Usually I do have breakfast.
At what time?
Maybe around 6 in the morning.
6?
Yeah. I'm up early, just on there.
What's usually on your plate when it comes to breakfast?
At least I have some bread, some eggs.
Please tell me it's toasted bread. You do something to eat. It's not just.
I put butter on the bread. Okay, we have to mix the things together.
You don't put it in the oven for some heat or something?
I do love toast. Toast makes sense. Toast is.
For those that don't have toast, they use the microwave. I use the microwave.
Yeah, that's also. But I don't have a microwave, so.
But you have it.
I have a toaster.
Ish. Anyway, I rarely have my breakfast early.
Yeah.
Usually for me, 10 is the appropriate time to actually have my meals.
Yeah.
But when the hunger just hits you just when you wake up, yeah, that's when I get to have my breakfast early, like today.
Nice.
But yeah, usually on my plate, it's gonna be bread, but it has to be a bit extra.
Coffee, tea.
Depends with the mood. I love coffee.
Yeah.
I like tea.
Yeah.
But most of the times I drink juice.
You can't have juice. I was about as if you have juice, because me I have juice. It makes sense with bread.
Sense, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it does make sense with bread. Yeah, juice just doesn't make sense with bread. But anyways, for those that are just catching us, we're just getting started. You can let us know what you get to have for your breakfast early morning and what time you get to have it if you want to share that information. But before we get into it, just know that breakfast is one important meal of the day. And also exercising. So while we're talking about exercising, let's get into the morning boost as we just stretch our muscles. Get your morning boost partner and tell them it's about to go down. We will join you on the other side with the conversation. Good morning.
Good morning, Camnet viewers, and welcome to our morning boost. I am Isaac Mata, your presenter, and I'm here so that we can exercise together so that you stay fit. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is a warm-up, and then I'm going to lead into a few exercises. Let's go. We'll do a warm-up, and then we're going to do a workout. Start trotting now. Watch me. Let's go. Alright, let's go. Let's do a warm-up. We'll do this for 1 minute, and after that we're going to do something else. Keep doing it, and you can kick. Let's kick and jump now. All So we're gonna do the first workout now. Very easy, and this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna do the lateral legs. This you do again for 1 minute. Let's go. Make sure that your leg goes high and straight. If you can't balance, you can hold to something. Keep going. This is very good for your legs. And I'm working on the fats here. The love handles, as they call them. Let's push just 1 minute of this workout. For now, our focus is to raise your fitness level. Once we have done that, then we start doing different types of workouts. Go! We'll do this for 1 minute. Keep going. Push. You're almost there. You may feel your legs tough. Last one. Great. Next one now. Same like the one we did for a warm-up. Okay. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. Let's go. After 30 seconds, you do a kick now. Let's go. Let's do some kicks now. Keep doing that. The whole point is to raise your fitness level. Almost done. After that, you're gonna change. Okay. 1, 2, 1. Another minute of punches, same style. When your fitness level is okay, then we go into workouts now. Stay at it. One minute. Let's go. You can do this before you have your breakfast and your shower. After that, you're ready for your day. Let's boost your morning. Go. Let's go. Before you go to school, before you go to the market, before you work, before you do anything, there you go. Let's go. A minute each. Can you hear me, Team Camnet? Woo. Almost there, and I'm gonna change. And I go. It's a low punch now. Let's go. Another minute. Non-stop, no break. You can see me. I don't have a break. One each. And we're almost done with our workout. Let's go. Go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Low punch. You're feeling pressure on your thighs or your punches as well. Let's go. Let's go, Team Camnet. Good morning, good morning. Wherever you're watching us from, you're done. And a cool down. Woo. Good morning, Team Camnet. Let's do a cool down now. Let's go. You are done for today. Or it is a 5 minutes workout. And that's it. 1 minute of a cool down. Let's go. A bit of a step. Bit of a step. And marching. Marching. March. March, 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 march. All right. That's it for today. I hope you have done this. Try this anytime and you're gonna be fine. I'll see you again. My name is Isaac Matsa. Don't forget to tune in.
Welcome back. Hope you've managed to stretch 1 or 2 muscles just to make sure that you shake off that sleepiness, that bad energy. I feel when you're exercising, there's just something that you do to the body.
Yes.
Yes. You just let go of certain things because you're letting go of some toxic stuff while you sweat, and I feel just gives you a certain type of energy.
Exactly, yeah. Especially after the week we've just had, you need to just relax. You just
talking about the week though. The United Party for National Development carried the day. I have seen certain things have started changing before they actually sworn in on the whip is sworn in on the 24th.
24th, yes.
24th of August, which will be Tuesday,
Tuesday, yes.
Yes. I have seen bus stations, markets, they're getting rid of cadres. They're saying no cadreism in the new regime. I'm impressed.
Very much so. Like when you're passing Kamwala, town, city market, there's policemen in the stations, there's no disorderly conduct there.
Back to the authorities, the Lusaka City Council, who are actually in charge of collecting, what do you call them?
The revenue from the buses.
Yes, the revenue from the shops and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I have a concern. There actually there was a news item we carried, and quite a number of bus drivers don't have actual bus stations, so they have opted to doing their business from the road, especially the ones from Kamwala, where there's the Lusaka Museum. It's just outside on the other side.
Wow.
I feel while we are into that, we need to consider that there are people that are actually feeding their family from that, off that.
Yes.
So if you're going to chase them from certain places, like the streets,
yes,
then they need a station.
They need somewhere to go, it's true.
Yes, they need somewhere to go to. And also, I know others opted to get into that because they couldn't manage to pay the cadres in stations because it had to depend with the political party you're affiliated to for you to get certain benefits.
Wow.
In all, I want to say most areas, even work, like they say you need a connection to get a decent job.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just glad that the cadres have been removed.
I hope it lasts long. It shouldn't be a short-term thing. I really hope it's a long-term thing. Otherwise,
I feel the movement of political members from a different political party defecting
yes,
to another political party. I feel if the people that were cadres in the previous the ongoing government and the incoming, getting to the incoming, I feel they'll bring the same behavior. I'm not saying they shouldn't accommodate the people that are defecting from other political parties, but I just feel they'll bring the same behavior.
It's true. It's true. That has definitely been said. People say if you're moving from one party to another, then aren't you bringing the same ideas and same, philosophy? So I guess to have a new way of thinking is what's important on the ground. I hope we see that. Because not only that, even look at the Kwacha. The Kwacha is appreciated since the decision was made by ECZ. So
yes, it has. I have noticed the massive change.
Yeah.
Depending on what bank you're with, it's currently, from the last time I checked, which was yesterday, last night, it was at 17 kwacha.37. I stand to be corrected. 27.53 somewhere there.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking of shop owners right now. There are some people that have increased prices because they want not to make a loss, trying to work on the old stock, make the profit that is supposed to be made, and then start afresh.
Start afresh, yeah.
So we will be seeing such things. For me, the question that we're asking the people, the question that we're asking you today is, what are your expectations from the new government? For me, I am giving them 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, I have my expectations, but I'm going to give them a period of 3 years because I feel there are certain projects that the previous government was working on that need to be completed. So before they get into what their plan is for the nation, there are certain projects that need to be completed. So I'm going to give them a period of 3 years. After 3 years, I will give my judgment.
Wow.
But it's sad that after they won their elections, people want certain changes there and then.
Yeah, which obviously
forgetting that there is a process of power transition from one person to the other, of one government to the other. There's some paperwork that needs to be done and stuff like that. So expecting change just there and then is actually being unrealistic.
Very unrealistic.
Very unrealistic.
You just move
I know our president-elect during his campaign, he mentioned, so I'm sworn in this particular time, and this particular time the dollar goes down. He's an economist, so he knows basically where he was setting that from, or why he was saying that. He knows certain routes or certain things that need to be done for certain changes to be made.
Exactly.
So I feel expecting the government to start working there and then is unfair, and you're being unrealistic.
It is. It's not fair, especially infrastructure changes.
Yes.
A lot of infrastructure has already been set in place, so it needs to be completed. So that also is another process which takes time. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
We'll definitely see how it goes. I'm giving them a period of 3 years. 3 good years. So if you want to come through and tell us what your expectations are from the new government, just call us on 0968-675-273 or get to our Facebook platform, comment, and we will gladly read out your comment. Coming back to you, Michael.
Yes, please.
What are your expectations from the new government?
For me, my expectations are mostly for the youth. I think the opportunities for the youth is what I'm expecting for. Like, obviously, more jobs need to be created. There needs to be more ways for people to make income. Because if the young people are flourishing, then, I mean, the economy can definitely flourish. Small, medium businesses as well, if those can be supported by the government. Those are my main expectations for the youth, and as well as for the currency as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's women empowerment. Like, I am glad the running mate was a female. We have a female vice president. We have had a female vice president for the longest now.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and I saw a female presidential candidate, Miss Kateka, and for me that was just it. I'm just looking forward to see what the new government has put in place for the women and also for the youths, getting to what you said. The unemployment levels are high. We have got a lot of entrepreneurs. Not that it's a bad thing, but I feel like if you're going to spend 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 6 years in school and then come back and just bury your papers in your house and then just start doing something else to earn an income is somehow stressful, because then you're thinking of all the money that you spent during your studies and then you can't do the job that you started for. It's not a bad thing not doing what you started, but I just feel we need more of those professionals in different industries or different fraternities. But anyways, that's just my opinion and Michael's opinion. I would like to hear what you have to say. We have 2 guests that are coming through later on. We're going to talk about, since we are still in the after election period, for those that didn't vote, it's not a bad thing that you didn't get the chance to. I remember.
On that person, have you cleaned your thumb?
I don't know how to clean it. I
don't know.
haven't cleaned it.
My thumb is still.
Yeah, I think I was told it takes about.
To use a razor or use something.
I don't do that to my nails, so I'll let it just fade away.
Just keep it.
I wash clothes, I wash plates, so I'm
and it's not going on.
It has faded though.
It's faded.
Yes, it has faded. So with time it will
go
to eventually go away. So yeah, like we mentioned, that's my opinion. That's Michael's opinion. Would like to hear what you have to say on the other side. Since we're still in the after-election period, the celebration. I just heard the noise. So my phone blacked out.
The noise.
So here's what happened. I didn't get the chance. Because I wasn't here, so I didn't get the chance to listen to the last results. Okay. But I was woken up by the noise in the streets and the cars.
Yes.
And my neighbor.
Okay.
Yes. She made quite some victorious.
02:30. Whoever was sleeping, I guarantee you woke up at that moment.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because everyone woke up. They told, wake up. They announced the results, and then, oh my goodness.
People were camping in their living rooms.
Oh my goodness.
It was such. It was let me now get to you. You as a first-time voter, how did you feel?
When they announced the results?
Yeah.
I was relieved. I told you after voting, I was really relaxed. But now when they announced the results, it's like, okay. And then with the noise as well, now the whole country is just going crazy.
Yeah, but anyways, you come through and tell us how you felt after the announcement of the results and also what your expectations are from the new government. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Okay, we lost that caller. 0968675273 or get to our Facebook platform. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, this is Joyce Sakala calling from Northwestern Katemba.
Yes, please go ahead with your contribution.
Yeah, my contribution is we are much expectant with the new government because we've suffered a lot, whereby you've gone to college and no employment. You've just been staying in the village doing nothing. And I thank God over what has taken place. And we want the new government to employ us young ones because we've fought hard. We've turned out in numbers, vote for the new government. So I'm looking up to the new government to empower us in so many ways. Because looking at the areas where we are, like here in Northwestern, we might say we've got mines, but all in no avail. No youth has ever been empowered here in Northwestern. You discover that people are coming from different places. They are the ones who are being empowered here. So we want to see to it that the new government will help us as the locals to get employed in those mines. Thank you.
All right, thank you for coming through. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Just one of our tags on what the expectations are from the new government. You also can come through. One of them, which we just mentioned, was there's high unemployment levels, and we're praying that the new government can actually work on that. You can come through on 0968675273, and then you can also come through from our Facebook platform, which is Camnet TV. If you haven't liked the page, I don't know what you are waiting for. So, yeah. We went to the polls on the 12th of August 2021, and results were announced on the 12th, 13th, 14th, on the 14th, on the 14th of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, early hours of Monday.
Yes, 02.
So that wasn't 24th, that was 25th.
15th.
Oh, that was 15th. My God. 12, 13, 14, 15, yeah. The 15th of August 2021 results were announced, and we have got the president-elect, which is the presidential candidate from the United Party for National Development, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. He gave a speech. His first briefing was, I would say, I was very impressed. He touched on a lot of things, not forgetting something that has, on a lighter note, something that has been trending on social media. He tapped on how couples should support each other, because it starts from there, okay? And Yeah, there were some statuses on people's WhatsApp statuses and also Facebook to say, no, I'm your girlfriend, so I need allowances. President-elect has said, no, for being your girlfriend, I need an allowance, stuff like that, on a lighter note. So he touched on a lot of things. His speech was actually very, very straight to the point. And one of the media houses is actually back on the what can I call it? Back in the industry.
Yes.
There are quite a number of TV stations and also radio stations that were closed due to some rules and regulations that weren't followed, but one of them has actually been opened, which is a good thing, we thank God. And I've also seen the Bars Night Club Association of Zambia making announcements to say that the reason some bars were closed is because it was politically influenced. So they have been asked to operate the normal hours. I would say I saw some statuses yesterday, and it's like we've thrown away the fact that it's amid COVID-19, which is very sad.
It's very interesting, Precious. True. Just on the first one, for the opening of the nightclubs and the bars, I think they announced on Monday. As of Monday, that's when they started operating, and. In terms of why they were closed, we do not really know. But
no, we do know. We do know why they were closed, because of COVID-19.
Yeah.
They are super spreaders of COVID-19. But then the reason that the Bars, Mr. Mwale, the president for the Bars and Nightclub Association, stand to be corrected, secretary or president, one of the reasons he said is because if you're going to close a bar and you're going to target as a super spreader, we might as well close the markets and bus stations. So don't even say we didn't know why bars and nightclubs were closed. It's because of COVID-19. Cases were rising, and I was actually impressed that we didn't have a high number of COVID-19 positive cases during and after the elections. That we thank God, because I was my expectations during that time. It's because of the way things were being done. We voted the normal way we were voting before COVID, and it was hard for us to keep certain guidelines. The 5 golden rules. I think I kept about.
All of them?
One. I had my mask on.
And you washed your hands?
I had my sanitizer. It was hard to keep the 1 meter.
Yeah, the 1 meter was very difficult, especially during voting. It was very difficult.
And keep a distance of 1 meter when talking. The guys that were giving us the papers we're literally not even a 1 meter. We're not even a 1 meter apart. So some things were hard some guidelines were hard to follow, but we managed to thank God that we passed through that.
Yes.
So, and yeah, my concern, the bars and nightclub opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting, the mindset of how Corona is now, it's different to how it was before. We hope that it ends though, like in terms of another wave coming. I know people have mentioned there could be a 4th wave coming.
Which is in October, which is hot season, and very shocking that it's going to come about that time.
Yeah.
But let's just be safe, guys.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the fact that we are trying to survive amid the coronavirus. Have your mask on, avoid crowded places, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds, have hand sanitizer, like I mentioned, for those that get to have an opportunity to have those tiny bar soaps. If you're able to carry it in your pocket or in your handbag, wash your hands when you get the opportunity to. And also, if you're showing any signs of coronavirus, you might as well go for a test just to avoid spreading the virus. And also remember that, as much as you go out to the clubs and nightclubs, I'm not judging. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not trying to rule out everybody. I'm not trying to be a saint. We get to have moments like that, but just be safe as you go out, because coronavirus is still around and we're still trying. The people that are actually at intensive care units right now trying to survive because they're infected with the virus. So you need to consider that as you go out. Protect the person next to you so that you protect the loved ones, its family, friends, and colleagues and stuff like that. So let's just be safe as we go out.
Definitely.
Keep the 5 golden rules, and just make sure if you see anyone who's showing symptoms or you are symptomatic yourself, visit the nearest health center.
Definitely. Do not forget to mask up. It's very important. I even saw on the Facebook page for the president-elect, he had mentioned that continue using the same guidelines. So definitely continue masking up.
Okay, so now we will be getting into our check-in for those that missed the announcement of the president-elect, the last announcement from the Electoral Commission of Zambia, which is our election body. We will prepare something for you just to refresh your minds on what was going on in the course of last week from Thursday up to this week Monday. So right now we just take a short break, and then we will be joining you on the other side.
The Camnet October Conference is fast approaching. To participate in the forthcoming conference, you're required to book your seat by paying 750 kwacha per person per day. Date 1st and 2nd October 2021. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill. Guest speakers include Professor Reda, Professor Munkumba, Mr. Nkuruma Kalaluka, Dr. Musonda, Dr. Sitima, Anthony from USA, Dr. Mwale, Honorable Bob Sichinga, Elias Bondela, and your hosts, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chiluba.
The deadline for payments will be 28 September 2021. Any late payment made after 28 September will attract a penalty fee of 200 kwacha per person.
Make your payments through mobile money for MTN 096 296 5883, for Airtel 097 975 3010. Our banking details are 913 000 182 5325. Stanbic Bank, Kablonga Branch.
Africa is rising to a new dawn of integrity and accountability. Are you tired of being swindled or buying fake or illegal properties? Would you like to sell or buy genuine property? Would you like to list your property on both local and international market? Don't waste your time. Call the professionals, the SGK Properties, on +260 762 166 018. SGK Properties. Your business assurance is our priority.
Are you a small to medium enterprise looking to advertise your products and services within your community and across Zambia? In these economic times, we're here to help you grow your business. Advertise with us on Camnet Market. Camnet Market is offering lower rates for prime time advertising between 06 to 18 hours every day to give your business an edge under the new normal and beyond. For more details, contact us on the following numbers: 097 975 3010 or 096 296 5883, as well as 096 2444 726. You can also reach us via email on info@camnettvafrica.com. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Okay, there you have it. You're still watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show with me, Precious, and Michael on the other side. And we're just asking you, our viewers, what are your expectations from the new government? You can come through in 0968675273, 0968675273, or get to our Facebook platform, which is Camnet TV. On our page, a question has been posted there. You can just like and comment, even share, and also mention a friend to come through and have the Facebook watch with you.
Wow. So Precious, the week has been very hectic. It's been very crazy.
I have rested.
Did you manage to rest from
Yes. Monday I wasn't here.
You made sure you rested.
I slept half the time I was home.
Hey?
Yeah, I think I cooked.
Did
I cook? Let me see. Did I cook?
You even had strength to cook.
I doubt. I love cooking.
Wow.
I love being in the kitchen. It doesn't matter how tired I am, but I have a certain period where I just don't feel like being in the kitchen, but I want to eat. So yeah, the takeaways do the most during that time. Did I manage to cook? Yes,
Yeah.
I did manage to cook. I think I cooked something. It doesn't matter how tired I am. If I am hungry,
No matter what.
I am getting in that kitchen and
No
cooking
matter.
myself a meal. I love
Wow.
fresh meals.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I rested. Getting back to your question, I rested after the elections. The results were announced. And yeah, I managed to rest. I would say
Okay.
it was very hectic from like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
We're literally working from morning up until
Later on.
late. So yeah.
In terms of like the speech, just to bring you back to the speech that the president-elect made, for you personally, what were your personal takes on the speech? What did you find inspiring?
Well, getting to me, just being me.
Yeah.
Usually when it's something new in my life, I rarely put expectations. Okay. I just allow certain things to flow. So even when he had his first briefing and he gave his speech, I had quite a number of things I was because he's the president-elect and he's like the incoming president. So I had certain expectations, and he mentioned a lot when it comes to what was on my list of what I was expecting him to talk about. He spoke about peace and how supportive we should be, and one Zambia, one nation, which is our tag. And what else did he talk about? Cadarism and stuff like that. So there are quite a number of things that he touched on that I was like, okay, we're really headed the right direction. But expectations before the speech, I didn't have any. I started having expectations when I started hearing the speech. Okay. I was like, he should mention this. He should. Hope he mentions this. And then, yeah.
There was a good moment where a reporter asked him a question, and then he mentioned that ceteris paribus, and then someone was a bit confused.
Let's get back to that word.
For an economist,
what does it mean? Did you check the dictionary?
Yes. As an economist, the economic term ceteris paribus means all things being equal. That's what it means. So that's what I was trying to say, and I know a few people were a bit shaken up, like, woo! But that's what it means in terms of economics.
You know, it reminds me of that lecturer from the University of Zambia.
Yeah.
What's his name? The name is gone. That man will make you have a dictionary the entire time he's talking. Okay. So yeah, that was a trending word. That was powerful. That was a trending word on social media from the president-elect's speech. And yeah, the other thing that we mentioned where he said couples should support each other and how we should be united, one Zambia, one nation.
Even it was a beautiful moment as well. Just make mention of the picture of president-elect.
I was getting there.
Beautiful moment.
We saw they were actually at the former house of the former Republican president, Mr. Rupiah Banda. I felt it was kind of like a reconciliation meeting, because there's going to be a transition of power from one political party to the other, and we know how political parties fight. This is what we were mentioning during the time the Electoral Commission of Zambia announced that the campaign period has started, about how you as a political party member, you're fighting each other from the opposition and the ruling and the main opposition and stuff like that. But your presidential candidates don't do that. You will never see a presidential candidate moving around with a panga trying to hit the other presidential candidate. They actually sit and eat together while you are deciding to fight each other. So it's not worth it. It was very disheartening to note that there are some lives that were lost during the campaign period because of the violence. I remember there was a time, the one I remember that was trending the most is two political members tagged alleged cadres that actually died during a misunderstanding in one of these constituencies. May their souls rest in peace, and the souls of anybody that lost their life during the campaign period rest in peace. And also we still continue sending our heartfelt condolences to all the family members, and we pray that you'll find comfort during this trying moment. And yeah, so it's violence is not one of them that everybody was preaching, and I was impressed with the political parties that were preaching for peace before, during, and after the elections. In as much as we had fights here and there with different political parties, we managed to run an election, and we did it. We have passed it. Looking forward to the inauguration ceremony and 5 years to come.
Definitely.
Let's see what's going to happen in 5 years. One other thing that I would love to mention, I was impressed that majority of the parliamentary seats were scooped by young people. We're seeing the likes of Tasila Lungu, who managed Mr. Malsampa. Congratulations, just to mention a few. I need a list of those that actually scooped seats. And I know there's one lady in Kafue district that managed to scoop, who was on the UPND. And I know one lady also from the UPND, who's Edna, that managed to scoop a seat. And just to mention a few of those that I can remember. Getting back on the topic, we're talking about what your expectations are from the new government. And please be realistic. Yeah.
Please be realistic, it's true. Just to make mention to the positions you mentioned, it's good that a lot of young people are now involved, actively involved in politics. And I think there's a great desire now for young people to really be part of not only just the voting process, which has previously happened, but just with the affairs of the country, what's going on in the country. People are actually interested now as young people, because they know we can make a difference now. Your voice means something. So it's good to see the rise in youth participation.
Yes, and I'm hoping that it continues to be like that as we are going back to the main tag, which is Imitikula Impanga. We are the Mpangas of the future. We are what's the direct?
We are the young trees that will make a forest.
No. I mean in the actual direct translation.
Imiti binetri, ikula, growth, Mpanga, like a forest.
We're the trees that will grow into a forest. Okay, it sounds too clean because direct translations usually don't make a lot of sense. But anyways, we will be having, since we're talking about the government and also what to expect from them, we have some people that are coming through just to share their views and also what they expect from the new government. But now if we're able to take a break and then get back to how we are going to stretch this conversation, then we can do so. Remember, you can catch us on 0968-675-273, 0968-675-273, or get to our Facebook platform.
Are you a small to medium enterprise looking to advertise your products and services within your community and across Zambia? In these economic times, we're here to help you grow your business. Advertise with us on Camnet Market. Camnet Market is offering lower rates for prime time advertising between 06 to 18 hours every day to give your business an edge under the new normal and beyond. For more details, contact us on the following numbers: 097-975-3010 or 096-296-5883, as well as 096-244-726. You can also reach us via email on info@camnettvafrica.com. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
We testify. We celebrate. For all you've done, Lord. We give you all the praise. Oh, we testify. We celebrate. Oh, for all you've done, Lord. We give you all the praise.
Are you a small to medium enterprise looking to advertise your products and services within your community and across Zambia? In these economic times, we're here to help you grow your business. Advertise with us on Camnet Market. Camnet Market is offering lower rates for prime time advertising between 06 to 18 hours every day to give your business an edge under the new normal and beyond. For more details, contact us on the following numbers: 097-975-3010 or 096 296 5883 as well as 096 2 444 726. You can also reach us via email on info@camnettvafrica.com. Camnet TV, not just another channel. Medium enterprise looking to advertise your products and services within your community and across Zambia? In these economic times, we're here to help you grow your business. Advertise with us on Camnet Market. Camnet Market is offering lower rates for prime time advertising between 06 to 18 hours every day to give your business an edge under the new normal and beyond. For more details, contact us on the following numbers: 097 975 3010 or 096 296 5883 as well as 096 2 444 726. You can also reach us via email on info@camnettvafrica.com. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
I'm Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
We testify. We celebrate. For all you've done, Lord. We give you all the praise. Oh, we testify. We celebrate. Oh, Lord, we give you all the praise.
welcome back. You're still watching the Rise and Thrive Breakfast Show on Camnet TV, not just another channel. And joining me on set at this particular moment is Miss Rose Namkwai, who will just be talking about how the elections were. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
Now, quickly getting into the interview, from the gender perspective, was the general election free and fair?
Okay, I would want to answer that question from two fronts. It was free and fair in the sense that we had a number of women turning out to vote. There were no restrictions in that sense. We also had a number of women who were adopted as running mates. But I think overall, we can say the election was not very fair for most women, because when you even just count the number of women who were adopted, and then apart from that, prior to the election, the environment was very hostile. We saw a lot of violence, cyberbullying, and you know, that is very restrictive in terms of women participation. So a number of women candidates were bullied, there was a lot of violence, and everywhere where you have violence, you find that women would not freely participate. So in that sense, we can say that the election was not really free and fair.
Okay, so now just getting on what you have mentioned, which was about to be my next question, do you think the cyberbullying and the political playing field, the violence actually negatively affected the female presidential candidate?
It did. It did affect them. I mean, we saw some women who were actually, you know, tear gassed. You know, a lot of cyberbullying online. And, you know, a lot of these issues were really about, you know, personal issues. So a lot of women really suffered that. I mean, from that perspective, a lot of women suffered. So you could actually tell that it did have a negative impact on a lot of women. Yeah.
Okay, so now you coming from the gender sector, and our topic of discussion is what the expectations are from the new government. What would you like to see from the new government when it comes to women participation?
Oh, there's a lot. I think we are, as a women's movement in Zambia, as a gender sector, we are very expectant. And I think we want to move beyond lip service. I think as a country, Zambia, we have a lot of good policies, we have a lot of good laws, but what has really lacked is implementation or operationalization of these laws. So we want to see politicians move beyond paying lip service. I think most of the times what happens is that women will be used in the sense that you know, when people want to garner votes, they will appeal to women, and they will promise a lot of things. But when it comes to fulfilling these promises, a lot of people just begin to play a blind eye. So we have, luckily we have a female vice president, the second, and that's a very good, I mean, it's a plus on our part. But we really want to see that a lot of these laws, policies are operationalized. We want to see the Ministry of Gender well funded. I think apart from everything else, we want to see accountability mechanisms for gender. I think it's very important that as a country begin to be accountable for gender, because most of the times people will promise certain things and they'll not do them. And I think I'm happy that we are seeing the discourse has changed now. The new incoming government is talking about accountability, and I think we want to see accountability for gender in this country. So we want to see institutions that support gender or support women strengthened. We want to see the environment of civil society organizations, you know, relaxed, so that people can voice out and people are able to air whatever it is that they think is going wrong. I think that is what we are looking forward to seeing. And then we also want to see strengthened systems in terms of women's economic empowerment. So a lot of women, for example, the national programs like the FISIP programs, where women farmers get inputs. You find that there is no data that shows how many women farmers benefit from the FISIP program. So we want to see that all those things are strengthened. A lot of women begin to get inputs, because mind you, half of the, I mean, like 50% of the food that we consume at household level is grown by women, small-scale farmers.
True.
But when you look at, we want to find out like how many women are benefiting from these programs. You won't even get the data. Yeah. So I think this is what we are looking forward to as a gender sector. There's a lot that we are excited about, and I think we are just looking forward to the incoming government leveling the playing field for women.
Okay, so now, since everybody's talking about the new government, what do you think the new government must do to ensure that women and youths are not left behind?
Okay, that's there's a lot that they can do. I think for me, like I said, it's about being apolitical. I know that we are dealing with politics, but really, when you look at how people voted, the youths came in mass, and I think also they're expecting a lot from this government. So when you talk about empowerment, we don't want a situation where only a certain cadre of youths are benefiting. We want to see that there is equal participation. It doesn't matter whether you belong to a different political party. I think you should be free to access whatever, to eat part of the national cake. And for example, youth inclusion, where the youths really did come out in mass, and I think the expectations there are so great. And so we want to see strengthened participation of youth. We want to see that youths are given the platform to be entrepreneurial and given access to finances and also just opportunities. I mean, we are not looking for handouts. I think we are at a place where we have qualified young people who are ready to take up the challenge, and but they have to be given those opportunities, and those opportunities have to be provided equally and equitably, whether they are female youths, whether they are male youths. Everybody's supposed to be free to access, and we also want to see a place where their voice is heard. Just as they did cast their votes in numbers, their voices must not be stifled. I think that's very important, both for women and youth. So we want to see financial inclusion enhanced in terms of really just bringing about strengthening policies and supporting organizations that are promoting youth participation. There are a lot of organizations that are working to support women's participation, youth participation, but there's very little support in terms of, from government. So we want to see that government is receptive to these organizations that are providing support to the young people. But more so, I think it all comes back to issues of accountability. Everywhere where there's less corruption, you find that there'll be enough resources to go around. So I think we are looking forward as a women's movement and as people that are working with young people, the youth, to see that all these things are put in place.
Looking at our era, we've got so many non-governmental organizations and gender ministries. Do you think the gender ministries are actually relevant and can cause gender equality in Zambia?
Oh, the Ministry of Gender is very relevant. I think it's one of the ministries that has really been not so well understood, and I'm hoping that the new government will take time to understand the role that the Ministry of Gender is supposed to play, and it is very relevant, I think, because in terms of review of policies, in terms of review of laws, and ensuring that we have accountability mechanisms for gender. But also I think in the Zambian constitution we have a provision for establishment of the National Gender Equality Commission. And I think this is very important because this is a commission that is supposed to play an advisory role to government beyond the policies. So we want to see that there is the National Gender Commission is operationalized, and also increased funding to the Ministry of Gender. I think one of the issues that has really affected the ministry is there's very little funding. And I know that priority is given to other sectors, but you should understand that national development which is not gender responsive will not be sustainable. So we are looking forward to increased funding and also enhanced human resource to the Ministry of Gender, technical resources, not just taking people who are not really qualified, but people who are qualified and understand what it means, for example, to do a gender analysis of the past election and give advise the government the next time we are conducting elections, maybe this is what we need to do. Yeah, so I think those are some of the things that we are looking forward to. And I want to say that the Ministry of Gender is very, very relevant. Yeah.
Okay, so what can the churches do to make sure that the political environment in Zambia is conducive for women to participate in?
The church is very key, I think, and I want to appreciate a number of church leaders that came out and spoke against the violence that we saw during the elections or even before elections. But I think the church is supposed to speak for the vulnerable, and we know that in this country the women are vulnerable, the children are vulnerable, and even the young people are. So we want to see a church that is united against violence, a church that is united against tribalism, and generally a church that speaks for the voiceless. And also in that regard, they should be able to offer good advice and make sure that the playing field, political playing field, economic playing field, social playing field is leveled. I think that's very, very important. It's unfortunate that, of course, there were a number of church leaders that rose and spoke against the tribal rhetorics that we saw during the election campaigns, but a number of them were actually very quiet. At a time that we expected the church to speak out against such vices, a number of them unfortunately were very, very quiet. So we are actually looking forward to ensuring that the church rises up to the occasion and takes up the stance and speaks for the vulnerable. That's very, very critical.
Okay, so now since everybody's talking about the elections, how they were, and the new government soon taking their seat, we're looking at members of parliament, the ones that were voted in the office, reducing from 20 to 16. Do you think that's a good thing so far, or maybe it's an alert and a concern that we actually need to look at as soon as yesterday?
Yeah. It's a very big source of concern. I think at the place where we are as Zambia, we shouldn't really be having such low numbers of women representation at that high level. I think we have moved as a country, and just looking at how we've been able to transition, I think we are a beacon of an example to the Southern African region, to Africa and to the world. But I think in this regard, we're still lagging behind. So to actually have a reduction in the number of women is actually very, very unfortunate. But you see, it doesn't happen from nowhere. It comes from the adoption process. So it means the political parties are not adopting women, as many women as would want to have. Because if you are not, it goes without saying. If you have very few women standing, it means very few will be adopted. So we want to see a situation where political parties engender their manifestos, they come up with deliberate policies that are going to promote women participation, and also leadership development programs for women, so that by the time we are coming to an election, for example, we have a cadre of women that we can actually, rely on and say, okay, we have these people that we are going to float as our candidates. But as things are right now, a number of political parties, their manifestos are very silent about that. The affirmative action, deliberate promotion of women to stand in certain positions. And I think even at adoption level, adoption is very political. A number of women who wanted to stand were left out. And then because also they don't have a lot of resources, adoption processes, sometimes we hear that they are mad with a lot of corruption, where people have to pay a lot of money. Just participating in an election is very expensive. So, but with the support of political parties, deliberate policies to enhance participation of women at local government level, at high level, parliamentary level, we just want to see that. And political parties, and regardless of whether they are a ruling party or an opposition, should really just have those policies. And these are things that I think as a sector we have been talking about. But at the end of the day, you find that people start so well, and then everything just falls somehow along the way, just falls off. So now I think we are actually hoping that I think the president has the prerogative to nominate about 8 members of parliament, and we are hoping that we can do a 50-50, so that we have 4 women adopted and 4 men adopted, and that would be very, very exciting for us.
Okay, so now before I let you go, any special remarks to anybody listening, or maybe to whoever that you would love to send them to? Under a minute.
Okay, thank you. I think it's really, we are very excited as a sector. We have a lot to look forward to, and just to congratulate all the women of Zambia for, you know, the way they turned out, the youths, the way they turned out. And I think voting is not the end. Holding the government accountable still continues. We don't have to wait for 5 years. I think we should continue making our demands and our voice heard. Okay,
thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you so much.
After having the struggle before the set, we managed. It was a success.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you that have just joined us, well, this is the Rise and Thrive Breakfast, and we're just having a conversation with Miss Rose Namkwai, who was just highlighting certain things when it comes to gender equality and also the participation of women in a political environment. Right now, we'll take a break and we'll continue with the other interviews on the other side.
Are you a small to medium enterprise looking to advertise your products and services within your community and across Zambia? In these economic times, we are here to help you grow your business. Advertise with us on Camnet Market. Camnet Market is offering lower rates for prime time advertising between 06 to 18 hours every day to give your business an edge under the new normal and beyond. For more details, contact us on the following numbers: 097 975 3010 or 096 296 5883, as well as 096 244 726. You can also reach us via email on info@camnettvafrica.com. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
We celebrate for all you've done, Lord. We give you all the praise. Oh, we testify. We celebrate for all you've done, Lord. We give you all the praise.
Now quickly jumping on to our next conversation of the day from Mr. Edgar Silumba, who is actually the CEO of
Human Street Health Zambia.
Ed Zambia. I was trying to put one and two together. I didn't want to say Ed and Streets and then, but anyway, Human Streets Ed Zambia. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm alright. Thank you. Good to see you after a long time.
Yeah, I think it's been almost 6 months now, right?
Half a year.
Half a year.
Okay, now getting into it. Question of the day for On the Breakfast Show is: what are your expectations from the new government?
Okay, I think we have quite a lot of expectations. Yeah, especially with regards to our line of interest. I think we're looking forward to see a different kind of approach to how generally the well-being of children is going to be handled, and especially on particular interest, which is the girl child and menstrual health in particular. So we've been crying to government to try and put up policies which will support menstrual hygiene in Zambia, so that even as NGOs and other stakeholders who are into menstrual health support programs could find it very conducive to carry out these activities. So we are hoping that there will be better policies which will support implementation of menstrual hygiene related activities.
Okay, the last time that we actually spoke, talking about girl empowerment and menstrual health, we spoke about the projects that you are currently working on, which is the distribution of menstrual cup to the less privileged, and your target was the
girls in rural areas.
The girls in rural areas. How did that project work out? And after that, you can also get to your current project that you're working on.
Okay, I think we've been doing fine. We as I earlier mentioned last time when I came here, we had just launched the project last year. It was on a pilot phase. So the results were quite admirable. So we had to expand the project to target over 18,000 girls this year. Yes, and it's not been very easy because schools have been closing from time to time, because our target group, as you might be aware, we are working with schools, and for most part of the year schools have been closed. So it's been very hard for us to actually have the full implementation of our activities. But I would say the menstrual health school support initiative is actually doing very fine. We have seen parents and children embracing the menstrual cup. Yes, so I think we're doing fine with regards to the project, but what has just been the biggest challenge for us right now is the constant closure of schools. So we hope that going forward, with the coming of the COVID vaccines, a lot of people get the vaccine, so that we don't have these constant closures of schools. Otherwise, the project is doing fine.
Okay, now, coming from a non-governmental organization, and especially dealing with the very sensitive issue which is menstrual hygiene, and also looking at the project that you are currently working on, your target being a lot of young girls in schools in distribution of menstrual cups, how are you managing to get funds? How are you managing to get the money to actually cater for certain logistics? And also I know you have a target of how many menstrual cups you want to distribute, hoping that you don't have a shortage by the time you're about to reach your target. How are you trying to handle such challenges?
Yes, it's been a very tough journey, especially where logistical issues are concerned. I would say we are blessed that our donors who are organic cups are so much willing to help as many people as we could actually reach out to. But the biggest challenge has been logistical support. How do we get to Chongwe? How do we get to that furthest school in Kanakantapa? The roads are very bad, and you find that the vehicle we didn't really have a proper utility vehicle. Yes, so most of the times we are dependent on our partners to actually help us with transport. So this has been the biggest challenge we have. We have enough materials to distribute, but how do we get to the schools? That has been the biggest challenge. So you find that at some point we are unable to get to intended beneficiaries. So we are just limited along schools which are within our reach.
Yes.
Looking at the resources we have. So it is hoped that if we could have more support, especially logistical support, it will be very easy for us to reach out to as many people as we can, because the donors are willing to give us the stuff which we need. So talking of like 2022, they are willing to give us 36,000 menstrual cups. That's a huge number, but how do we carry out and how do we collect them? And like for example, when we give menstrual cups, we don't just give them. This is something very new. We need to make follow-ups to ensure that the community really understands. We are also doing the community sensitization. We talk to mothers, Banachimbusa. We ensure that no one remains behind, so that the entire community stays abreast of what is happening. So how do we do that? We need to make follow-ups to see if these girls are really finding this easy. If they're finding it hard, how best can we help them as a team? So those are some of the issues which we are actually been which we are facing as an organization. But it is hoped that going forward, we hope that doors will open up so that more girls in rural areas will benefit from the menstrual health school support initiative.
Okay, you mentioned in the middle of our interview that there is a certain target that you're trying to reach, and your focus is schools. Looking at the coronavirus and the closure of schools, we haven't had no more terms. How many have you distributed so far, and what's your remaining?
Okay, so as I already said in the preamble that our target this year was to distribute 18,000 menstrual cups, yes. But so far we've only distributed 3,000 menstrual cups, and this is all attributed to the closure of schools. As we planned earlier on, we intended to give 6,000 menstrual cups in the first term. Yes, and when we give these 6,000, we make a follow-up to see how these 6,000 is actually performing. Is it easy for them to use before we give the next group, because we don't have enough.
You can't forge ahead if the
and we also don't have enough human resource to actually spread to the whole district at once. So we are working with a smaller group. And also, it's also important for the effectiveness of the project and the quality of what you're doing. You need to work with smaller numbers. And if you have an understanding that this group you're working with is fully abreast and they're using the menstrual cup properly, then we can move to the next target. So it's been so hard because you must be aware, schools are also having limited time. So you find that if we go to Chongo, we make an appointment, we need to visit the schools. The headmasters will tell us, no, you can't come now because the pupils have been missing out on class. So we need to give them more academic time because they missed out due to COVID. So we have limited time to also visit the schools, and also coupled with the COVID closures and all this, it's been so hard for us to actually reach the intended target. And I don't think so 2021 will be able to hit our targets because already the schools are preparing for exams. We are trying to get hold of the school management, and the response is okay, but they're still telling us that we still have to catch up with exams. Grade 7s will be writing exams, grade 9s, and all this. So we feel this year, technically it's somehow lost, but we know that hopefully going forward, 2022, we are going to actually meet all the activities on our action plan.
Okay, so now, Mr. Silumba, before I let you go, what is your call of appeal to the general public?
Yes, I think the general public, I would honestly want Zambia to be a country which is going to embrace menstrual health, because this is not something we easily talk about publicly, but I'm glad that most people are opening their eyes and seeing this topic to be a different topic, or like any other ordinary topic. And I think I'd also firmly urge government to actually consider removing any duty on menstrual products like sanitary pads and tampons, menstrual cups. As you must be aware, this is very expensive actually to clear menstrual cups with ZRI. It costs a lot of money. And I wish this is something which they could actually consider, so that in as much as we have, for example, we have condoms. Most of the condoms don't pay duty. It's they are coming at 0 rate, so which makes it very easy even for people who are buying and selling condoms. It's much cheaper for them. But the cost of doing business, if somebody is running a shop which sells menstrual cups, is very high. That is why in Zambia we only have 1 or 2 companies which sell menstrual cups, because to bring these things in the country, it's very expensive. And you find that even NGOs, we still have to struggle to pay for this. Meanwhile, we actually supplemented government efforts. So we need more consolidated efforts from the government. We need actually a bigger ear. They should give us more support, so that at the end of the day, girl empowerment begins with empowering the girls with menstrual support.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Silumba, for coming through. I'm sure the viewers have learnt 1 or 2 things. Is that for me?
Yes, I promise to bring one for you. So this one is yours.
I had to break my character. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. But anyways, thank you so much for coming through. Wishing you all the best as reaching the target of 18,000 young girls as in distribution of the menstrual cups in rural areas. And 3,000 isn't bad, I would say. Progress is progress, either small or not, but all the best as you get into it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be soon closing, but before that, I'm just about to call Michael back on set as we pack our bags and leave.
Oh, we testify.
Deborah Lukalu, all the way from South Africa. You are watching Camnet channel, not just another channel. God bless you. Stay tuned.
We testify. We celebrate for all you've done, Lord. We give you all the praise. Oh, we testify. We celebrate. Oh, Lord. We give you all the praise.
Are you a small to medium enterprise looking to advertise your products and services within your community and across Zambia? In these economic times, we are here to help you grow your business. Advertise with us on Camnet Market. Camnet Market is offering lower rates for prime time advertising between 06 to 18 hours every day to give your business an edge under the new normal and beyond. For more details, contact us on the following numbers: 097 975 3010 or 096 296 5883, as well as 096 244 726. You can also reach us via email on info@camnettvafrica.com. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Well, thank you so much to everybody that came through. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of the show, but yeah.
It was a good show, Precious. Well done. Well done. I saw you're very excited to receive the gift. Well done.
Do you know what that means? I'm cutting off costs on certain things.
Yes,
Yeah, it's progress. We're already making progress. But thank you so much to everybody that came through the Facebook comments and also the calls. Our topic of discussion for today was, what are your expectations from the new government? Well, unfortunately, we have to go. We've come to the end of the breakfast show. From me, Precious Mzea Sakaleji.
And from me, Michael Chota.
Elijah and Isaac Shifita on the other side. It was a good show. Thank you for coming through to everybody, and have a beautiful day. Good morning.